I'm Roger Richardson. My father, grandfather, and great-grandfather started the farming operation here back in the early 1800s, late 1700s. There was 65 acres here, and now there's 350. Today, my grandson and great-grandsons and my daughter and we are all involved. Of course, daughter grew up on the farm. She's our bookkeeper and looks after the management of finances and whatnot.
I'm Donna Richardson West. I'm the daughter of Roger and Faye. Dad and Mom both are here to teach us and lead us, and my son farms with us, and he has two sons that are now starting to work on the farm, and it's a work in progress, and of course, you know, the younger ones are learning, and I'm excited for them to have the opportunity to learn from Dad. Having our parents as our parents, they have been exceptional role models and leaders for us as we have grown up. They always put family first. No matter what anyone in the family needed, they would always be there to support them, to give to them. So family is very important to them. And to go along with that, it's not just family, but also people in general. But it didn't matter who it was, if he knew them, if he didn't know them, he would go help them, do whatever they needed to do.
We've had a lot of friends that my father said one time, said if you want to have a friend, you've got to be a friend, and we've been lucky about that. We've had a lot of good friends that give us advice at times. We always need advice on a farm. I guess I've been involved in quite a bit. Started out Farm Bureau, and then Board of Education, and then ASCS committees. And at one time we were president of NAFEC, which was the National Association of Farmer Elected Committees, and we represented all 50 states for 2 years. That was quite an honor. It just gives you a good feeling if you can help somebody. Dad always said if you can't help somebody when they need it, don't go bother with them afterwards. So if somebody needs help, that's when you pitch in and help. I like to see somebody get better and do better. I'm not one for beating somebody down. What good does that do? And if you can't help somebody, do nothing. Dave Bruning and I were members of the committee that formed the Department of Agriculture back in the late 50s, early 60s, and always been either involved with it or with Farm Bureau, and that's how we became involved with it. Farm Bureau was a big organization that helped organize the Department of Ag. We all felt like that agriculture needed a voice up in the legislature that could be heard, and most every other entity in the state had an organization to represent it, so we felt that agriculture, being the biggest industry in the state, should have a voice in it.
One of the other things that were instilled in us is if you're going to do something, then make sure you do it the best that you can. Don't just halfway do it. If it's worth doing, do it right. And I think that has most definitely been instilled in us as a family, and hopefully is instilled in the next generations to come. Mom and Dad have always been supportive of all their children, or my sister and I, no matter what any of us have chosen to do, what our paths are. They have always been extremely supportive and proud of whatever endeavors that any of the family have decided to go on.
Well, I hope it will suffice to make a living for them, and if you can make a living with farming, you'll be farming, but if it gets to the point you can't, you'll have to find something else to do. But we have to have farmers. If we don't have farmers, we don't have food.